Alright, today we're going to take a look at Transformers Combiner Wars Warpath. Warpath is a repaint of the Transformers Generations Legend class Megatron. It does not come with the little figure like Megatron came with. Megatron came with this little figure that will fit in the front of him, but it will still work with this character as well. So let's take a look at him and we'll compare the two in a little bit. So it comes in the normal packaging. You see it's got the nice dark blackness. It's got some nice artwork here on the front and on the back. Like a lot of these Legends figures, it's 6 steps. So it's pretty easy transformation. You got him in robot form and his alt mode is the tank. So let's go ahead and take him out. One thing to take a look at here that's a little different is he comes with this little card. You can see it's got the full artwork here of Warpath. It looks pretty cool. Of course, there's nothing on the back. They couldn't, heaven forbid, they put any specs on the back or something like that, you know, to make it a little more nicer for us collectors. And you bring him out, and he looks pretty good. He looks pretty sharp. I really like the dark burgundy on him all around, and then he's got this kind of gunmetal gray, which is a lot darker than what Megatron is. And I actually like the look with him. I think he looks pretty smart. Except here on the back, you can see there's a lot of openness. It's not really full in the back, but again, it's a Legends figure, so that's kind of what you're expecting. So let's look at some of the paint apps and we'll see what he can do. So for the head, you can see it is the normal red, and he's got silver for the eyes. Again, it's that kind of metallic silver. Actually, the eyes are blue. It's silver around the eyes. I don't know if you can see that in here or not. Probably not. But you can almost see it. His eyes are actually blue in there in the middle. Alright, so he's got some black paint here along with the Autobot logo. He's got some nice gold paint here for the kind of his abdomen area. And then all the rest of him, everywhere else, is either silver, kind of like the gunmetal silver or gunmetal gray, or else the dark burgundy red. And he looks really good. He really flows well. I almost think he looks better than Megatron does in this form, and just because the color scheme I think really works for him. So let's see what we can do in terms of movement. His head is tight, but it can move back and forth. It's on just a little swivel. Arms are on 2 ball joints, one at the shoulder, so that can move all around, and then one here at the elbow, so that can move all around as well. So he can do pretty much anything you want to do with his arms. Now this gun is actually on a ball joint itself. You can see how it is right here. So you can hold it like this off to the side, more like Megatron would, but I think for the Autobot, it's probably better to hold it like this, so he kind of looks like he's actually holding the gun, even though it's just strapped to the side of him. Because Warpath has never had a side cannon. No rotation here at the waist. He can move his leg around like this because it's on a ball joint here, and then this is just, you can just move back and forth at his knee and for the foot. But you can move this guy pretty good. He has a lot of movement to him. So let's go ahead and compare him to Megatron. Let me do a quick transformation here. Transformation of these guys are pretty straightforward. Okay, so here's Megatron and here's Warpath. Let's put his hands down. You can see they both look, they look pretty comparable. There is nothing different on these guys except for the heads. The only thing different is the heads. So that the fronts are exactly the same. Obviously, they have some different paint apps and different colors of plastic, but there is no retooling whatsoever. Actually, is that true? There is a little bit of retooling. Nope, there is not. Just had their arm turned the wrong way. Yeah, so they're exactly the same figure, just different colors. And they look pretty good. In terms of Megatron, I'm not a huge fan of this right here and his gun, because this is kind of a pinkish looking gray plastic along with his legs. And I don't really like that. I think they did a kind of a poor color scheme there. It should have been the gray just like this. So I'm not a huge fan of the coloring that they have with him. I know it's that way in kind of the comics, but still, I'm not a huge fan. However, the price point, I believe, was the same for both of these, whereas Megatron came with this, triple changer. He's got this little mode right here. He can be a bug, or he can also, be on his, there he goes. He goes like this, something like that, and that can be on the front of the tank. So let's go ahead and look at the transformation. It's pretty easy for him, and then we'll see what he can do when he's in the tank mode. So let's go ahead and you lift the arms up, and then this thing just freely rotates right here. So bring the arms all the way inside, and you gotta put the gun so it's flat, flush with it, and then he's gonna hold the gun in his other hand. So there you go. You can see that he is now, hang on. There we go. You gotta get both the hands so they face the same way. And now you can see he's holding the gun, and it looks pretty uniform. Now the legs are really easy. Go ahead and fold these in. And then we're just gonna pull this out all the way. Okay, and then flip the legs all the way around. Like this. Let me turn around this way. So you can see, so you're just gonna flip them in and they move around that. His feet, go ahead and move this cannon out of the way. And flip the feet inside. Doesn't really matter for the transformation itself. Okay, so those are inside. So now you're just gonna clip them together. So you clip there. Again, we'll move it here and clip this, just push it together. And then that's him in his tank mode. So here's him in the tank. Now there's really no extra color apps on the tank mode, except you got some of this gunmetal gray right here. Everything else is just colored plastic. You either have the burgundy or the gunmetal gray. What's nice about the tank is the turret can move all the way up if you want, if you so choose, but it can go 360 degrees. In terms of rolling, you have 2 wheels here up in the front, 2 in the back. So he actually goes pretty decent in terms of a Legends class being able to roll. And like I said before, if you want, you still can put Megatron's little guy on here, and he fits just the same. And if anything, maybe he looks a little bit better on the tank, on Warpath than he does on Megatron, because he's similar to the same color. All right, so here I'll transform Megatron. We'll take a look at him, do a little comparison. And again, you just turn the arms the same way. Now you can go ahead and get the feet, go ahead and put the feet inside, and then you just flip the whole thing around him. Like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and push that in. Same thing here. Go. All right, so here's Megatron, and here's Warpath. So there you go. See, they look identical. There's really nothing different between the two of them. They're both good little figures. I do like the paint apps better for Warpath. I think he looks good. However, obviously, nothing is better than the Generations Warpath, the deluxe figure. That guy is just fantastic. He's one of the best molds that has come out of Hasbro in years. And I would suggest, if you really want a good Warpath, go ahead and get the deluxe one. And I think that came out in 2012, something like that, 2011. That one's just fantastic. This guy is pretty good for a Legends figure. You get a lot of movement, you get a lot of posability, but again, it's a Legends, so there's really just not that much to it. It just kind of fits together, and you can do what you can. Anyway, that is the video for Legends Warpath. If you let's transform him back, and then we'll call that good. So again, it's easy. Just pull the whole thing down. You can lift those feet out of the way, and you just push the whole thing back in. And it's on a double hinge right here. So you just make sure that it's flat. See, here's one side of the hinge, here's the other hinge, and that makes the bottom of his feet. And then simply, it is really easy. Just pull these apart, snap that in, and then turn around the arms. That's it. Oh, push them in all the way. There you go. And that's it. It's that easy to transform. So this is Transformers Generations Warpath. Transformers Combiner Wars Warpath, and this is the Legends variant, the Megatron repaint. All right, please like and subscribe to this channel. Thanks a lot.